Namaste, good wishes to you. Hope all of you are fine. Let's begin today's science lesson, getting to know plants. In our surrounding, we see various type of plants. There are various kinds of plants on earth. Can you name some plants, children? Yes, brinjal plant, tomato plant, jasmine. If you think about trees, mango tree, coconut tree, we can give many examples. Plants play an important role in our life. Without plants, we cannot live. We depend on plants. We depend plants for food and also for oxygen, and some plants provide us wood and firewood also and furniture. Like that, we depend on plants. Do all the plants are alike? All the plants are similar? No, here plants are not similar. Here some plants are tall and some are short, and some plants climb up. That means that can grow upward with the help of support. Plant parts like leaves, flowers, fruits and branches, all these are different from one plant to another plant. We can see some of the leaves which differ, how these leaves differ, and some of the flowers you can see now. Here variety of leaves you can see. Here it is a colocasia leaf, its shape is different, and these are also colocasia leaves. And next hibiscus leaves, its shape is different, and papaya leaf, its shape is also different, and there are various type of flowers. For understanding all this, we have classified plants into different groups like herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers and creepers. Here, plant groups are herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers, last one, climbers. Let's recall the parts of plant which you have learnt in your previous lesson. Here is a plant. Which are the parts? Here it is root, underground part, and next is the stem, leaf, flower and fruit. These are the parts of a general plant. Here one more plant, tulsi plant. Can you say the parts? Yes, root, stem, leaves, then flowers and fruits are the parts of plant. Then why the plants are classified into following groups? Some plants are big and some plants are short, and some plants have soft green thin stem, and some plants have hard woody stem. It is a one criteria to classify the plants into following groups. And in some plants we can see the branches, difference in branches also. Branches in some plants develop from the base of the stem, whereas in some plants the branches develop at the top of the plant, that is much above the ground. These are the criteria by which we can classify the plants into following groups. Let us learn this type of plants one by one. First one, herbs. What are herbs? Herbs are small plants with green thin stems. Here is example for herb. It is a balsam plant. Here plant is very soft and it has a thin stem also. And one more plant, here paddy plant. Here this plant, it is also soft and has a thin stem, and stem is tender also, that means a soft stem. So plants with green, thin and tender stems are called as herbs. Now let us write some examples for the herbs. Paddy plant, tomato plant and tulsi plant. Next group is a shrub. What is a shrub? Some plants have hard, woody and thin stems. These are called as shrubs. Shrubs are nothing but bushes, and these plants have branches, and branches develop from the base of the stem. The plants with the hard, woody and thin stems are called as shrubs. Can you give some examples for this? Yes, here plants like rose plant, hibiscus plant and lemon plant are the examples for shrubs. Next group is tree. What are trees? Some plants are very tall and these have branches much above the ground near the tip of the plant, and their stem is hard, very hard, woody and thick. So, plants with hard woody stems are called as trees. Can you name some examples for this? Yes, here mango tree and coconut tree. So, you can write so many examples for this group. Next group is creeper. What are creepers? Some plants have very thin, weak and soft stems. These plants are called as creepers. Why these are called as creepers? These plants creeps along the soil surface that cannot stand upright also. It is a creeper. Example, pumpkin plant, and one more plant here, Brahmi plant, or it is also called as common name, that is Indian pennywort. Here these two plants cannot stand upright. These plants creeps along the ground. So, the creeper is a plant with soft, green and thin stems. Here example for creepers, pumpkin plant, watermelon plant and Brahmi plant. Next group is a climber. Climbers are also group of plants with the soft, weak and green stems. Here these plants have weak stems, but with the help of support they can climb upwards, or they can grow upwards with the help of support. Here these are called as climbers. Here what are the example for climbers? Here for example, beetle plant, bitter gourd plant, etc. Here is a plant, it is a bitter gourd plant. Here stems are flexible here. Here these plant that develop some special structures. Here these are called as tendrils. Here these are tendrils. These can bind over the support and grow forward or upwards. So, now we have learnt about herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers and climbers. Let us take some examples to explain these plants. Tomato plant, lemon plant, mango tree. Now you have to tell me here why these plants are called as herbs, shrubs and trees. If you see the stem of these three type of plants, here tomato plant, it has soft green stem and it grows to a certain height. If you see the lemon plant, It is of medium size and its stem is little hard, also hard, then woody, and its branches develop from the base of the stem. And if you see the mango tree, how is its branches? Your branches develop much above the ground, and its stem, it is also called as a trunk. It is so much thick, it is very hard and woody. So we can clearly classify by studying the structure of a stem like herbs, shrubs and trees. Let us recall the parts of plant. As you know, plants have a root, stem, leaves, flowers and fruit. Now let us study about stem in detail. Here it is a leafy twig of a hibiscus plant. It is the stem part. A stem is erect aerial part of a flowering plant. So stem is erect aerial part of a flowering plant. What is the function of a stem? It grows above the ground. It supports branches, flowers, leaves and fruit. That is a one function. Next function of a stem is conduction of water and minerals from the soil, that means from the root to the leaves. So upward movement of water and minerals takes place with the help of a stem. Here is an activity to show that stem conducts water to other parts of plant. Take a beaker. Half of the beaker is filled with water. Place a leafy twig in the beaker. Put a drop of red or blue ink or any color. Keep aside for a longer period. Colored water rises in the stem. A color appears in the stem. By this activity, we confirm that stem helps in upward movement of water. In this activity, we have taken plant with a transparent stem. The name of plant is balsam plant. It is an unwanted plant. When we observe this plant, colored lines can be seen in the stem of a plant. Colored water rises in the stem of plant. By this activity, we confirm that stem of the plant conduct water, or that helps in movement of water from root to the leaves. Next part of the plant is leaf. What is leaf? Leaves are green flattened structure developed from the stem of a plant. As we know that there are various types of plants on earth, there are various types of leaves are also there. Here leaves vary in their shape, sizes and colors also. If you see the part of leaf, it shows two parts. First one, petiole and lamina. These are the two parts of leaf. Here two parts. One is petiole, by which leaf is attached to the stem, and next part, broad green flattened part is a lamina. These are the two leaves. Here this part is the petiole, by which it is attached to the stem, and broad flattened green structure is a lamina. Here is an activity to see which are the other plants present in leaves. Here take a leaf, any leaf you can take, and keep this leaf below the white sheet. Next, rub the pencil on the paper having leaf above it. Okay, like this you have to rub the pencil like this, you have to rub it. When we drew like this, we see the lines on the leaf which are called as veins. When we drew like this, we see the lines on the leaf which are called as veins. The prominent line in the middle of this is called midrib. Here, this part is midrib, and other lines here, these are called as veins. Here we can see midrib, prominent midrib, and veins here, these are veins. So, the design made by veins in a leaf or structural arrangement of veins in a leaf is called as leaf venation. Now you have learnt parts of leaf, petiole and lamina, and the other parts which is present on the lamina are veins and veinlets, which are called as venation, or what is meant by venation, leaf venation. Structural arrangement on a leaf is called as leaf venation. There are various type of leaves in which we can see variety of venation also. In some plants, veins and veinlets, these are irregularly branched or irregularly arranged to form network like structure. That arrangement or that venation is called as reticulate venation. In which plant we can say reticulate venation? Example, hibiscus plant. Hibiscus plant leaf and rose plant leaf, we can see such type of venation in which veins are irregularly branched or arranged to form network like structure. That is called as reticulate venation. In some plants, for example, here paddy plants or grass plants, we can see one more type of venation. It is called as parallel venation. See what is meant by parallel venation. As the name indicates, here veins and veinlets which are arranged parallel to each other in some leaves, for example paddy and grass, it is called as parallel venation. Here reticulate means in which veins are irregularly branched to form network like structure, whereas parallel venation means veins are arranged parallelly, that is called as parallel venation. Here leaves showing reticulate and parallel venation. Here these two are examples for reticulate venation. Here you can see midrib and other veins are irregularly arranged to form network like structure. Here also one more leaf, here midrib and veins are arranged irregularly. This type of venation or arrangement of veins is called as reticulate venation. Next, parallel venation. Here these two leaves, example for parallel venation, here it is grass, leaf of grass plant, it is leaf of banana plant. Here in this midrib we can see, and other veins are arranged lengthwise or arranged parallel to the midrib. So here it is called parallel venation. Here it is a midrib and here veins are here. These veins are arranged parallel to each other. So, these two are examples for parallel venation. Observe some of the leaves to experience it or to feel it, reticulate and parallel venation. Next, what is the function of a leaf? Leaves, what are leaves? Leaves are green flattened structure attached to the stem. Leaves take water from the stem to prepare food or for photosynthesis. Here, some amount of or certain amount of water is used for photosynthesis or any other metabolic activity, and excess of water is released out or goes out of the leaves. Here, that function which is called as here transpiration. So, it is a function performed by leaves. Here, transpiration. What is transpiration? Excess water released out from the leaves, that process is called as transpiration. I repeat, the process by which the leaves release water here, which is called as here transpiration. Plants that absorb water from the soil through the roots, plants absorb water, and from the roots this water moves upward and leaves take the water for the process of photosynthesis. In the process of transpiration, absorbed water goes out in the form of vapor. Thus, the process in which water changes into vapor is called as evaporation. This water changes into vapor, which is called as evaporation. We realize the process of transpiration by doing an activity. For this, you need 2 polythene covers and how to use a well watered healthy plant, and tie up one polythene cover to the twig of that plant and tie the mouth of polythene cover and leave as it is for a longer period, and one more polythene bag you have, tie up mouth of that polythene bag with the help of thread and keep it in the sun. If you observe, after few hours, water droplets collected in the inner surface of a polythene cover, which is tied to the plant twig, and one more polythene cover in which no water droplets collected. Here, why the water droplets collected in the polythene cover which is tied to a plant twig? It is because of transpiration. Plant leaves released water, and released water that collected inner surface of polythene cover. Here, another polythene cover in which water droplets not collected because it is not tied to a plant twig. Here, thus it is to explain the plants release water that is in the form of vapor, and that process is called as transpiration. Another important function of a leaf is photosynthesis. As you know, photo means light, synthesis means production, producing. Plants prepare food in presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water from the nature. And one more, a pigment or a substance present in the leaf to prepare food, that is called as chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, it is a pigment present in the leaves that absorbs energy of sunlight and that helps in prepare food, or inside chlorophyll food synthesis or a process of photosynthesis takes place. During the process of photosynthesis, Plants use carbon dioxide and water as the raw material and in presence of sunlight, and what is the byproduct produced by the plants? Here plants release oxygen to the atmosphere and that prepare food, and food is stored in the form of starch. Starch, it is a carbohydrate. Here, thus plants prepare food, and during the preparation of food that releases oxygen to the atmosphere. In previous lesson, that means lesson 2nd, you have learnt about your test for starch, in which raw food item is taken, or ingredients like potato is taken and it is crushed by using or with the help of water, and to which iodine solution is added. Iodine solution is added. When we add iodine solution to potato, that is there in the test tube, that turns a bluish black color. That indicates presence of starch. That means potato has starch. Here this potato that gets starch from the leaf that prepared food in the form of starch, or starch is stored in the potato. Now we have seen that leaf uses water to make food, and a stem provides water to the leaves. And how do the stem or leaves get the water? Yeah, that one will learn in detail in next class. Here let us conclude today's lesson. First we have learnt plants, group of plants. Plants are categorized into groups like herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers and climbers. Definition of all these groups. And next we have learnt about stem and its functions, and what is a stem, and also leaf, parts of leaf and its functions. Thank you. Have a good day.